Before the world ever knew your name, I knew you. Before you took your first breath, I breathed purpose into your being. And from the very beginning, I set something in motion within you that was sacred, divine, and unstoppable. You may look back over the decades and see a long road, some of it straight, some of it broken, and some of it lost beneath the fog of time and pain. But I see something greater. I see the thread of my promise running through every moment of your life. The work I began in you was not born of chance. It was not a fleeting intention. It was the deliberate, powerful act of a loving Creator who crafted you with eternal significance. I want you to hear me now with your heart wide open. I am not finished with you. What I started in your youth, what I planted in your spirit in seasons of joy or sorrow, I will be faithful to complete. My plans do not expire with age. My promises do not weaken with time. My work in you is still alive, still unfolding. When you were younger, you may have imagined that my calling would always look bold and loud. You may have thought that only when you were full of strength and energy would I do my greatest work in you. But hear me clearly. Your strength was never the source of my power. It was always my spirit working through your willing heart. Remember when you first felt me stir inside you? Perhaps it was as a child, sitting quietly in a church pew as a hymn melted into your soul. Maybe it was in your teens when the world pulled at you but my voice reached deeper. Or perhaps it was much later, after sorrow carved its mark on your life, and you called out for something greater than this world could offer. Every time you felt me, every time you turned to me, even when your steps faltered, I was beginning something eternal in you. You are not defined by the missed steps, the delays, or even the doubts. You are defined by my faithfulness, not your perfection. And my faithfulness does not waver. I want you to know this deeply now. Nothing has been wasted. Not a single tear, not a single prayer, not a single lonely night or unanswered question. Everything you have lived through, I have used to prepare you for this very moment. Now that you've reached the later chapters of your life, I want you to look not backward in regret but forward in confidence. Do not believe the lie that your best years are behind you. That is not how I write stories. I save my greatest revelations, my most profound wisdom, for those who have walked long enough to understand the weight of grace. You are in the season where my voice can become clearest, because you have finally learned how to be still and listen. I planted seeds in your life decades ago that are only now beginning to bloom. You may not recognize them because they don't look the way you expected. Some of them bloom in conversations with grandchildren, others in prayers you whisper alone. Some grow in your gentleness, your kindness, your wisdom, and in your faithfulness to stand firm when others falter. My work is not always grand in the eyes of the world, but it is always mighty in the realm of the Spirit. Do not be discouraged if you feel your body growing weaker. I measure strength differently. The strength of character, the strength of faith, the strength of still believing when it would be easier to give up. This is the strength I delight in. And this strength, my beloved, is often forged in the later years, when all other distractions fade and only truth remains. You may ask, "But Lord, what do you want from me now?" And I say to you, I want your heart, just as I always have. I want your availability more than your ability. I want your presence, your prayers, your willingness to say, "Here I am, Lord, use me." I am still writing your story. The pen has not stopped. The ink has not run dry. Heaven is not silent over your life. I began a good work in you, and good work, divine work, takes time. I do not rush what I am crafting with care. I shape slowly, with intention. I refine through experience, through trials, through time. What I have started in you was always meant to echo beyond your years, even beyond your earthly life. What I complete in you now will bless generations yet to come. So do not give in to despair or apathy. Do not fold your hands and say, "There is nothing left." No, my child, there is still much to do. Even in stillness, you can move mountains through your prayers. Even in your quiet days, You can shake the heavens with your faith. You are my vessel, and I have not finished pouring through you. Every day you awaken into purpose. Every moment you breathe is another moment for me to work in and through you. You are not at the end. You are at the most sacred part of your journey, where eternity draws near and my presence becomes more intimate. The veil grows thinner now, and I desire to walk with you more closely than ever before. Hold fast to me. Trust my hand. Trust that what I began I will complete, not halfway, not barely, but fully and beautifully. You are not fading. You are being fulfilled. So rise, even if only in spirit. Speak, even if only in prayer. Love, even if only with a glance. I am not finished. I am not done. My promise is alive, and so are you. The work I began in you, oh my beloved, it was holy from the start. And I promise you this, it will be glorious in the end. You have lived long enough to know that not everything makes sense. You've walked through joys that made your heart leap and sorrows that stole your breath. You've endured seasons where everything fell into place and others where nothing did. And still you wonder, why this way, Lord? Why now? Let me speak plainly to you. My ways are higher than your ways, and my thoughts are deeper than yours. You cannot always see my hand, but you must trust my heart. The refining work I am doing in you now, yes, even now in your later years, is sacred, necessary, and eternal. You are not being forgotten. You are being finished. You are not being sidelined. You are being shaped. Some of the most important work I ever do in my children is invisible to the eye. It does not draw applause. It does not get written about in the headlines. But it changes everything. I refine in silence. I transform in the hidden places. I polish the soul when no one else is watching. And in this quiet season of your life, you are in the fire of my refining, not to burn you, but to purify you for glory. I know it can feel lonely here. I know the pace of life around you may have slowed. The visits may be fewer, the phone calls shorter, the silence heavier. But I am not absent in the stillness. In fact, I am most present there. The world may overlook the elderly, but I never do. To me, your age is not a burden. It is a blessing, a well of wisdom I cherish. I see every wrinkle as a mark of endurance, every scar as a story of survival, every sigh as a whisper of faith still clinging to hope. You may not see the change I am making in you, but it is happening. You may think your purpose has diminished, but it has only deepened. In the younger years, you ran and served and built and gave. Now, in these golden years, I am teaching you something even greater. How to rest in me. How to trust me without answers. How to carry peace even when the path is unclear. This is not inactivity. It is divine intimacy. Do not confuse quietness for uselessness. Many of my greatest servants were refined in isolation. Moses spent 40 years in the desert before I used him to lead a nation. Elijah was alone in a cave when I spoke to him in a whisper. Paul wrote my truth from a prison cell, far from the eyes of the crowds. What you may see as a limitation, I see as preparation. You are in a sacred chamber with me now, where distractions are fewer and my voice can be clearer, if you will only listen. I want you to stop measuring your value by your activity. Stop believing the lie that if your hands are still, your purpose is gone. Your value is not in what you do, but in who you are. My beloved child, chosen, known, and held. I do not love you for what you produce. I love you because you are mine. There are things I want to say to you now that I could not say when you were younger. You would not have understood then. You were too busy, too restless, too driven by the expectations of others or even yourself. But now your ears are tuned to eternity. Now you understand the beauty of presence, the power of prayer, the necessity of grace. This is the refining I am doing in you, removing what doesn't matter so what does can shine. Yes, sometimes this refining comes through discomfort. I know your body aches. I see the slowness in your steps. I hear the memories whispering of days gone by. But none of this is a surprise to me. Every moment has been accounted for in my plan. Even your pain is not wasted. I use it to deepen your compassion, to draw you closer to me, to strip away the illusion that strength is found in flesh. True strength is found in surrender, and you are closer to that than ever before. Let me remind you again. You are not being punished. You are being perfected. This process is not a sign that something has gone wrong. It is proof that I am still at work. I am polishing the diamond of your soul until it reflects my light more purely. I am removing the noise so my whisper can guide you. I am preparing you not only to finish well, but to leave a fragrance of my presence behind for all who know you. Do not resist the quiet. Embrace it. Meet me in the stillness. Let my spirit settle upon you like morning dew. Let my word breathe life into your tired bones. Let my presence wrap around you like a warm blanket on a cold night. I am not far. I am near. I am not finished. I am refining. You may not understand now, but one day you will. You will see how this season, though difficult, was beautiful. You will realize how the tears you wept watered seeds of glory. You will look back and see that I never left your side, not for a moment. I need you to trust me now more than ever. Not because everything is clear, but because I am trustworthy. Let your faith rest not in what you see, but in who I am. I have brought you this far not to abandon you, but to complete what I started. The refining is a sign of my love, not my absence. So when you feel unseen, remember, I see you. When you feel unheard, know, I hear you. When you feel uncertain, believe, I am guiding you. I am still shaping you, even now. My ways are not always visible, but they are always good. Trust the refining, my child. The fire may be hot, but the outcome is holy. You have carried much. You have endured the long road of life, its trials, its losses, its disappointments. You have known the pain of watching dreams shift, bodies weaken, friendships fade, and loved ones leave. You've buried hopes you once held dearly. You've wondered if the years ahead could ever hold anything as bright as what once was. And yet I speak to you now, not with a message of endings, but with one of restoration. Yes, even now I am restoring you. Not in the way the world restores, through youth, fame, or fortune. No, my restoration is deeper, more eternal. I am restoring your soul, your joy, your peace, and your sense of holy purpose. I am restoring your awareness of me. Do not believe the lie that your later years are just for waiting and withering. You are not a relic. You are not forgotten. You are my beloved, and I am shaping you still. Shaping you not with the chisel of demand, but with the gentle hands of grace. Grace, my child, is what carries you now. Not performance, not productivity, not how much you can still do for others. You have done well. You have poured out your strength for decades. Now let me pour into you. Let my grace become your resting place, your firm ground. Let it heal the places within you that no one else sees. Some of your restoration is happening quietly. I know the wounds you've hidden, those private sorrows that only surface when you're alone. The regrets that haunt you, the guilt you carry for what you didn't say, or what you wish you could change. Hear me. My grace covers it all. Not just the obvious sins, but the quiet doubts, the silent burdens. I have already seen it. I have already forgiven it. And now, I am restoring you through my mercy. You may wonder how this restoration is taking shape. It comes through my spirit speaking to your heart again. It comes in the comfort of my presence, when you wake in the early morning and sense me near. It comes in the memories I bring back to mind, not to shame you, but to show you how far you've come, how faithfully I've walked with you, even when you did not see it. I restore joy not by turning back time, but by giving you a deeper appreciation for what matters now. I restore strength, not by removing your limitations, but by reminding you that my power is made perfect in your weakness. I restore your voice, not to shout over crowds, but to whisper words of life to the few who still listen closely. Your children, your grandchildren, your friends, your neighbors, your caregivers. You are still a vessel of wisdom. You are still a beacon of hope. Your faith is more radiant now than ever because it has endured the test of time. I am restoring your sense of belonging. Many in your season of life feel forgotten, passed over, unseen. But let me remind you, my kingdom does not operate on the rules of this world. The older you become, the more precious you are to me. I do not cast aside those with age. I honor them. I lift them up. I use them as anchors of truth in a drifting generation. You have something now that younger hearts have not yet learned. Perspective. You've seen my faithfulness. You've watched me work over decades. You've known me as sustainer, as healer, as comforter. And now, I want you to become my witness. Share your stories. Testify of my goodness. Tell the next generation how I carried you, how I healed you, how I stayed when others left. The world teaches that restoration is about going backward, recapturing youth, regaining lost time. But I teach you that restoration is about fulfillment. It is about seeing the fullness of what I began in you now coming to pass. Your voice may be softer, your steps slower, but your spirit is stronger. You have weathered storms, and I have used them to deepen your roots in me. I am restoring you with clarity. You may not have all the answers, but you see more clearly now what truly matters. Love matters. Faith matters. Forgiveness matters. Relationships matter. I am restoring your ability to prioritize the eternal, not the temporary. This clarity is a gift from me. Use it well. There are some things I want you to let go of so that you can receive my restoration fully. Let go of bitterness. It poisons the well I'm trying to fill. Let go of resentment over what was lost. It blinds you to what I'm giving now. Let go of fear over the future. It robs you of the peace I've promised. Let go of the pressure to be who you once were. I am more interested in who you are becoming. My restoration does not erase your past. It redeems it. Every moment you've lived, I now weave together into a testimony that will bring me glory. Even your mistakes become part of the masterpiece when placed in my hands. Yes, you are older, but you are also wiser, softer, stronger in the things that matter most. Let me continue my work in you. Let me restore your faith in yourself, in your future, and most importantly, in me. You do not need to chase significance. It is already yours, because you are mine. I am not just preserving you. I am transforming you. I am not just keeping you alive. I am making you more alive than ever before in your spirit. This is not the end. This is a sacred chapter where my restoration reveals your true beauty. So rise each day with this truth in your heart. My God is restoring me. And walk each day with this assurance in your soul. His grace is shaping me still. This is my promise. This is my purpose. This is my work in you, shaped by grace, completed in love. You may think you've seen the best of what life can offer. You may believe the most significant moments have already come and gone. But I am telling you now, your final act is not a slow fading away. It is a divine unfolding. This chapter of your life was never meant to be an afterthought. It is sacred. It is weighty. It carries more purpose than you could ever imagine. I did not bring you this far to leave you with nothing more than memories. I am still writing your story. In fact, I have saved some of the most meaningful lines for these last pages. Not because I withheld them, but because now your heart is prepared to carry them. You have learned. You have been molded. You have walked through fire, and still, you stand. And now I say to you, rise with expectation. This is not the end. It is the culmination of everything I have been doing in you since the very beginning. You see, my purposes are not small. They do not shrink with age. They are eternal, ever expanding, and they require vessels that have been refined. That is you. The world may not value what you carry, but I do. The world may overlook your generation, but I never will. Your gray hair is a crown of glory. Your wrinkles are roadmaps of wisdom. And your days ahead, though fewer in number, are rich in eternal impact. I still have work for you to do. Not work that exhausts you, but work that fulfills you. Not work that demands, but work that inspires. I am placing people in your path who need the hope you carry. Your story is not just a memory, it is a message. A message that says, God is faithful, God restores, God completes what He begins. You have influence now that you didn't have before. Not through titles or positions, but through your life lived. People notice how you carry peace. They see how you respond to hardship. They listen when you speak because your words come from experience, not just opinion. This influence is a holy assignment. Use it wisely. Speak when I prompt you. Love when it's inconvenient. Forgive freely. Encourage those who are weary. Your very presence can be a ministry to others who feel forgotten. Even your quiet acts matter. A prayer whispered for a neighbor. A letter sent to a friend. A word of comfort to someone grieving. These are not small things in my eyes. They are seeds of heaven planted in the soil of earth. You may never see the full harvest, but I promise you the fruit will grow. And for those of you who feel your body failing, who sense your time growing short, do not be afraid. This world was never your final home. You are walking steadily toward my glory, and I have prepared something greater than your heart can comprehend. But until that day comes, you are not to retreat. You are to press forward, even if only in spirit. You are to live with anticipation, not resignation. You've heard of people going out with a whisper, but I've called you to go out with a roar of faith. Let your final years echo with praise. Let them be marked by boldness, not fear. Joy, not regret. Let them be filled with vision, not of the past, but of what I am still doing. For I am still moving. I am still healing families through your prayers. I am still changing lives through your example. I am still speaking to younger generations through your stories. You are a bridge between what was and what will be. Your life testifies that I am the same yesterday, today, and forever. So don't slow down your spirit. Keep seeking me. Keep asking me to use you. Keep expecting me to show up. I haven't brought you here just to watch the world go by. I've placed you here to shape it through wisdom, prayer, love, and unwavering faith. And even in your final breaths, I am there. I will take your hand and lead you into a glory beyond imagination. But until that day, you are my instrument. You are my light in a dimming world. You are my voice when others are silenced by doubt and fear. You may think, but I am tired, Lord. And I say to you, then lean into me. I will carry you. You may say, but what do I have left? And I say, you have me, and I am more than enough. You may ask, have I done all you wanted? And I answer, you have been faithful, and I will complete what remains. So breathe deeply, my child, not with dread, but with hope. Your latter days are still divinely anointed. Your final act will not be about diminishing, it will be about revealing. My glory in you, my spirit through you, my purposes fulfilled in you. This is not a slow fade. This is a radiant finish, the kind only I can write. So walk on, speak boldly, love generously, rest freely, and know this truth deep in your bones.